The Chinese Communist Party of Beijing, who've been pushing for net zero by hanging out with Klaus Schwab, the World Economic Forum, and the world leaders at G7, have decided to cancel their own net zero program and laugh in our faces. Yep, this is President Xi. I always say one of the biggest mistakes that we made in the West was that in 1992, when we sent Bill Clinton to go and shake hands with the Chinese leaders, thinking that we could help them have progress, economic progress, and if we make them equal economically, then we could have a level playing field, and we and China could work together and cooperate on a global stage. They didn't realize that China had a different agenda. You helped them, you gave them the capitalist model, and they turned it into a nationalist corporatist model, and they stole the ideas of a free market, but they actually ended up tricking us by cheating the system, rigging the system against us. So they are not coming up. We are flatlining at best. And then we also then sent David Cameron and George Osborne and Barack Hussein Obama again to shake hands with President Xi, thinking we could tame the dragon. You cannot tame that dragon. Then we had Klaus Schwab, the United Nations, the G7 idiots, and all the others bringing in President Xi into the tent and say, shall we work together to help the planet and have net zero? President Xi said, yes, guys, I'm right behind you. Go on. I think you should do this. I think you should do these programs. I think you should basically completely destroy shale gas. And I'm just behind you. You start. You start without me. I'm just going to start. And then we discover that President Xi and China have decided to not really rush into the transition to renewables. And the renewables that have been pushed by the United Nations, by Attenborough, by Greta Thunberg, and all the others. And President Xi himself said, yeah, it's a very, very good idea, guys. Come on, you can see all the protests in Germany and the UK and America. Look at your Extinction Rebellion kids. These are very well-meaning activists. I think you should listen to them. And we listened to them. And we decided to go ahead with extreme targets for net zero. We thought President Xi was right behind us. No, the whole thing is cancelled. And as Richard Tice said, confirmation, China does not believe in net zero. They prefer, and instead, others commit massive self-harm whilst it laughs as it takes our jobs and money. This is after, obviously, President Xi saying that, well, we don't really need to transition into renewables just yet. And with energy security being the main priority. That's embarrassing, isn't it? Because right now we need to sort out our energy security in the West. Especially countries like Germany and France have been begging Kremlin for oil and gas. Because they thought, why change something that's not broken? That's tomorrow's problem. Politicians in the West, in the name of democracy, they've been going with short-termist policies for such a long time that when you have someone like President Xi and the CCP in China in general, just changing their mind. At any moment, they could just change policies without getting the consent. And we're trying to treat them as equal partners and allies. You can't. They're not equal. They actually now become superior. And we're just too busy debating toilets and rainbows and popcorn and Jeremy Corbyn's beard. This is absolutely embarrassing. So this is why we are losing. Now, make sure to share this video, subscribe to the channel. On my TCN, we are the media.